to cut too much into that time. So this piece, we've talked a lot today about nonviolence. I was actually trained, I was mentored by Lori and trained by Globe, who's sitting here with the camera. Don't let him fool you. The man's a beast. But one of the things that we talk about is there's non-violence, right? Meaning without violence. But you can still have violence with that because there can still be congestion in the spirit. You know, you can stop two kids from fighting, but if they're still hating each other, that's not nonviolence. So non-violence is the ability to acknowledge the violence and walk through it, which is way more powerful. And in order to do that, you have to educate yourself in other people's perspectives and kind of step out of your box. So my mentor, Daisaku Ikeda, of my Buddhist organization, talks about perspective of history. Columbus Day is coming up. So I might have to call Columbus out real quick because there's a story that's not being told. And in order for us to be able to heal the past, we have got to acknowledge the things that were done in order to get through them now in the present. So Daisaku Ikeda writes, "But the history that is recorded and passed on does not always transmit the whole truth. I believe it is vital in this day and age that rather than draw hasty conclusions from one aspect of truth, we try to find out the complete truth about an issue. So much of the conflict and hatred in the world today is caused when we make these sweeping judgments on the basis of partial knowledge. For example, it has been widely taught that Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas, but people were already living there long before he got there. It may have been a discovery from the European perspective, but certainly not from the viewpoint of the indigenous American people. I can attest to that. Tragically, the conquerors of the so-called New World were so self-centered that they did not even regard those indigenous peoples as human beings, slaughtering them or rounding them up as slave labor. The view that Columbus discovered America legitimized similar actions on the part of others. Within the single word discovery lies a self-righteous view of history, a view that justifies the subjugation of other peoples in one's own interest." So really, big ups to Daisaku Ikeda for touching on that. And many people don't know that only 10 minutes from here is the Great Swamp. That's where one of the largest Native American massacres happened. You're on the land of the Narragansetts. You're on the land of my ancestors, of the Wampanoags, of people who came here before. So we need to understand that history and honor it when we're walking on this land. Women and children were driven to those woods 10 minutes from here. They tried to protect them. Narragansetts tried to protect them. The Wampanoag tried to protect their tribe. And they literally came in and slaughtered them. So let's be very careful when we start talking about discovery. You can catch me working on Columbus Day discovering myself, not that of thievery and betrayal, taking what is not yours and claiming it. I shall free me to free you, for that is the only way to remove the shackles from my soul, mi alma, and raise the awareness. Para usted la gente, needing freedom from our minds of delusions. This song is not for me, no. I will construct this melody out of a tune carried by your tears from the long walk on the dog road of redemption. No, this song will not be for me, nor carry a complicated rambunctiousness of hi-hats and hooks and things to make it catchy. For the catch will be in your spirit that is awakened by tuki tajos played by the righteous and determined. Break away, dear heart, from the frightened and deprecated. It is time to march. I will no longer sit under trees or pick grapes for you without proper conditions. King and Chavez told me I have rights. Viva King, viva Chavez. I'm fresh with this love being that is desperately trying to reach out to you. Esta canción no está para mí, para por la gente crying because they cannot see tomorrow when the sun will rise and two guitars lead us to freedom. Mi corazón es contigo, I know the suffering, not of the field perhaps, but of the soul, pero de la alma, sí. My struggle lays in civil rights, viva King and labor unions, viva Madre Jones and underground railroads, viva Tubman and migrant workers, viva Chavez and global dialogue, viva Ikeda and AIM, viva Peltier and my ancestors forgotten, viva Great Swamp. My struggle lays in all the protesters who fight for the right of everyone to have a full and happy life, viva todos. My struggle lays in the struggle to reveal the true self, the only sustainable revolution, expressed bilingually on a platter of freedom. So no, this song is not for me. For my revolution is now to fuel the many through my story and share that one person can make a diferencia. So watch me, watch you, and succeed in our struggles as one people together with rhythms that can move mountains of ignorance. A djembe or conga, my weapons of choice. That will move the world and encourage it to rise with the sun in the east and cast to the west, resounding and passionate like a long-awaited lover's caress. I am awake and alive and therefore capable, and so are you. So this song, esta canción, is not for me, no es para mí, but pero fue para you, usted, dos guitarros, and la música de freedom. Here is to songs of social justice, as we choose to wake up and rise, linking arm and sing. Nosotros venceremos. Metakuye oyasin. We are all related. Libertad, freedom.
Yeah.